That button. Down. Come ahead. We activated that place, so we're going over there. Light command! As you do. Light command might be where I find that distributor Mark II, perhaps. Something else I'm kind of keeping an eye out for. You know, I generally thought this building was going to be a lot farther away than it actually was. Oh my god. That triangle is on his head, right? Like, I'm not that shit a shot, right? Pistol ammo. Jesus, I know I lowered the difficulty just so I could hurry up and beat the game. Like, damn. I don't think I need that much stuff. Ooh. I'm sorry, gun. You've had a good run. Also, it's probably really insufficient gun design or something or whatever, but I really do like the dumb guns that have the flip in the side. I don't know why. Ever since I first saw them in World at War and Call of Duty, I was like, oh, this gun, it's super cool and sick. Look at it. The magazine goes in on the side. How cool is that? Oh, wait. Look at this. B-2015. Plantation Clinic. The file's water damage with the last sheet. I'm terribly sorry, but I've been the Foreign Office, and that was a model of clarity compared with this. We've been talking for what, 40 minutes now, and I still have no idea what it is you want me to do. That sort of job, I'm sure you understand. Not sure that I do. You asked me philosophical questions and seemed disappointed when I gave ethical answers. Always a good sign. Always a good sign when it's like, so, hypothetically, you know, just a little moral quandary for you here. Trolley problem. 3 people, 1 person, you're pulling the lever, you know? Just want to gauge your thoughts on this. As to my opinion on capital punishment, slavery, and human experimentation in the Nazi camps, I have no idea what you do here, but I'm very glad to say I shall never know. I withdraw my candidacy. Gentlemen, I wish you a good day and advise you to tend to your souls. Candidate 23 rejected. Yeah, good, 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 good. I hope you didn't have to, like, you know, make sure you never reported on anything, so catch my drift, because I don't think that guy deserved it. So, still playing. Why is the music still playing? Okay, the music stopped playing. Sick shotgun ammo. That I haven't turned on. Flight engineering's down there, but I want to going on over here at the dome. Oh, that one is worried. A bit of the red. From the other side. Well, okay then. I have no choice. Try to find my way inside. I'm up this. Maybe there's a way in from down below. Why? That's upsetting. They're connected, so if I find my way inside one of them, I can find my way inside the other one. Then the other one? Uh-huh. Be somewhere down here, into building number 3. I don't have one on me. The one time I don't have one of these bad boys on me, and it makes me... Thanks. A little bit of everything, isn't it? Well, I didn't fully reload my gun. Now what? Oh, this is actually so far back. Okay, being back here. Okay, that has to be reference to something. Oh, also, hold on to this one. No, I can't even put that if I wanted to. One of those in there. Oh. Well, I guess that's everything I could do here right now. Time to enter flight engineering! Time for laser. I have no interest in finding out those are alarm links or pain lasers. But something tells me
This is a secure area. Unauthorized
of those guys. Please bear in mind. Jeremy, old man, lovely to meet you in town the other week. I know you had Mom on what's afoot down in the north, but certain whispers have come to my ear that make me think your science goes are up to probably interesting that might just perhaps need a pilot. Now it just so happens I'm rather sufficient, suffering a case of morbs in my current billet, so if you need to go into perhaps beyond the wild blue yonder, do bear me in mind.
unauthorized personnel detected. Security lock ended.
Okay.
your spell will be detained.
There. Fusion grenade, okay. Crafted. None. Ridiculous pull-ups. Stains of Whitehall relay. If hindrance of Whitehall relay? The precious going towards they will. While the purse strings inside their imagination begins with pounds, shillings, and pence and stop abruptly at the edge of the atmosphere. Noah's idea of padding the Interceptor missile test budget may well mark a way past this ridiculous civil screw. Definitely planning on building a rocket ship. Okay. Okay, here's the other buttons I need to hit. Abandoned buildings make this much noise unironically? Like, I've been alone in Plenty Park warehouse I work at, and I don't ever think I've heard just strained metal sounds or things. Swap it through the wall? They're not following me in here? What drove us all to madness? And Jones couldn't put up with the fellow's waffle for long. I was saint that man, but DeVoe drove us all to madness, didn't he? Seems losing all your limbs and being potted in a jar puts you out of touch with the working man. We're all breathing a lot easier now we finally sent DeVoe off to water treatment with a flea in his ear. Revoked his supervisory seat in the processing department too. And color me believe that he's gone and can be a nuisance to someone else. I've attached the engine test numbers you requested. Alright. Why would you trying to look its age with the director's ability to bypass system security impresses me. Recipe. Impresses me to the core intelligence network gives it access to any machine intelligence changing allegiance tag from hostile to friendly. This doesn't work on the synaptic unit, at least not yet. I assume being organic gives them enough independence to resist bypassing the network. That side control over the majority of the robot units could be extremely handy in case the central system of the command center is ever buggered up, crossed out, and replaced with that correction. Disrupted. The detailed blueprints show how to upgrade. Let's go! When I can make But that's nice to know.
Recalibrating. Access granted.
Right, access granted. Now nothing can stop me. What would be the limbs of the orbital? Hmm. You okay? Good? God, so many crumbs. Yes, put them on the floor and that'll set point. Oh, it came in here? Requires permission level 5. On your vents, no it's not. Come here, boy. I miss. It's probably a bit cooler out there for you, boy. Hey, I guess grabbing this is all that there was from you. Alright, those guys are gone. Now I need to figure out this puzzle. Think on. I think I can actually turn on here. I think I actually turn on here. That doesn't turn. I think I really swap is this guy. Turn that back on. Turn it back on. Alright. To head back that way. Friendly robots in this. Good luck finding that terminal. I need to stop getting sidetracked with trying to hack this dumb truck. That's all I need. Focus on getting all the way to the water treatment plant. So I try to hack the turns. Rather rude if I do so. 16 Bowen. 28. We're just gonna let that robot run then. Thank you. Thank you. Why they gotta be so many? Okay. That was a little unfair. Over into the organics lab. No. How do you need that? I was just hoping, because it was on the other side of the water plant, I could What, no? Now we just make our way back into the water treatment area. Use our newfound doohickey to hopefully lock that door I previously saw. To get it, it'll all be worth it. So water treatment. Nice. And there's my next crate. Oh, Joe. Wait, I need the rifle rounds. Man. But it really does like keep it stocked up, doesn't it? Alright, wakey wakey.
No, you listen to me. The contamination levels are through the roof. Red lines crossed here, there, and everywhere. This is an emergency. You assigned me to this bloody hole, and I am doing my job. Are you listening? Oh, that's a neat trick. You've changed into somebody else. Very odd. Mind you, everything's a bit odd these days. Anyway, whoever you are, listen to me. You need to take a message. Colonel DeVere reports contamination levels are through the roof. Got that? Through the roof.
Hey, Jared, come here. Come back. Oh. Which way? Late. Late for that, Colonel. It's spread all over the site.
It's what? The blasted stuff is loose. Just a tick while I check my internal clock. Processing. Wait, that's not the right day, or month, or 5 years. It's time I got this mess sorted out. I didn't get pulled out of a fiery wreck and shoved in a jar just to while away my time in this sewer. And what of my project? What of High Albion?
Very curious, Pine. What exactly? What exactly? High Albion?
I was assigned to oversee it. They needed a chap with vision, you see. And then they reassigned me down here. Not quite sure of the logic behind that, I grant you. Enough talk. You must take me to the command center. I need to learn all the gen on the current state of affairs. Hurry now.
boy. Missed. Alright, back to the command center. That's not the command center. This way. We go. Down. Down and make our way over there. All this stuff? Hey, Coco. I found another brain in a jar. And I upgraded a hacking device. Well, I guess Signal Redirector. Anyway. Boop. Boop.
Additional permissions granted. Permission level 3 reached.
Woo!
Finally, back where I can do some good. I see this place has gone to wreck and ruin without me.
Perhaps you can help us get things back on track then, Colonel.
I heartily agree, Dr. Spender. So, what state is High Albion in? What's our status?
High Albion. Was that the project? Oh, all in a muddle.
Then it sounds like we have
Good
some
old
catching
dog
up
brain.
to do. Listen to me. There is evil at work here, and needs must that it be confronted. The red strain threatens all of humanity.
You're right, of course, we must do something.
And you have a grand plan, do you, Danvers? Hmm?
We must complete High Albion. It is the only way we might get out of this dreaded mess.
Albion! Yes, that's it! I remember it all now. Project High Albion. There lies our salvation, of course.
Please explain what it is.
High Albion is a miracle. Oh, how we looked forward to wiping the smiles off the faces of the Americans and the Soviets. It's a space station. Still under construction, but intended, designed, and by God destined to be the greatest laboratory ever envisaged in human history. From High Albion, we could look to the stars. Perhaps even trace Oberon's path and find its origin. In splendid isolation, unbounded by gravity and our brief spans of mortality, anything might be possible.
Albion helps stop the
There is a
strain.
chance the red strain remains contained within the zone. If that were true, the outlook will be brighter. But when disaster struck, those 5 years ago, we learned of an order issued upon the highest authority. An order to smuggle the seedling samples of the red strain out of the site before the quarantine sealed it for good. Now, the samples were still very experimental, very fragile. The most likely outcome is that they died soon after they were removed from their laboratory environment. Combined with the probabilities of the rail tunnel collapse due to the secondary tremors from Oberon, the chance is low, but still exceeds the acceptable.
And in the hands of those dolts on the outside who saw fit to break the quarantine for those samples, the strain might just spell the end of everything.
The threat of the red strain is too large to lead to chance. But High Albion will allow us to find a counter to it. It's the only way to deal with the situation. And we may be the only ones with the knowledge and the facilities to do it. Gentlemen, it's decided. Start formulating our recovery plan. We will launch the rocket and leave this Earth for High Albion. With High Albion reborn, there is finally a way forward. Even if every living thing on Earth were to fall to this dreadful assimilation, we shall be the ones to offer hope of an eventual salvation.
Will it really work? You'll find a cure?
There's no limit to what we might achieve on High Albion.
Here, here. Seeing the station at last. Just the thought brings a tear to my eye. Well, my camera, oh, you know what I mean.
Just a little construction work to finish, and then the gates to, one hopes, a bright future swing wide. Rest assured, help us up to High Albion, and we'll ensure your safe extraction and transportation out of the zone. You won't be able to join us on this trip, but escape shall be waiting for you, I promise. In the meantime, we need the rest of our colleagues to raise the site from its slumber. Please keep searching for them. It's vitally important. And now that we've a few heads back together, my memories are returning. Oh, it's extremely refreshing. Perhaps I can assist you with any queries you have.
Okay. What is core?
Why, that's us. This place, Site Moriah, as it was dubbed, was under our jurisdiction. When Bard's research here began to look promising, Core moved in. Thanks to Oberite and the technologies they developed in the interchange, we had the makings of our very first orbital project. Bard knew very little of our work here, of course. We slot neatly above them in the pecking order. Core, Site Moriah, Oberon, they are the reasons High Albion exists, and us, for that matter. We were created here, and now we have the honor of running things.
But we're gonna help the brains go to space. Like a plan? Can you tell me more about how?
Yes, why not?
Albion.
It's so nice not to have to be secretive all the time. Especially now that the secrets are coming back to me. The aim and product of Project Albion is High Albion Station. No more or less than a space station orbiting the Earth. It's up there right now, constructed by robots after launches from Woomera, Australia, and a terribly secret rocket base in Kenya. It isn't quite finished yet, but the bulk of it's done. Its aim is twofold. Firstly, to offer a stepping-off point for missions afield, the Moon certainly, but even Mars and Venus. Secondly, it will be the best appointed laboratory in Earth's history, capable of research into any of a dozen different disciplines. If a scientific solution exists to any problem, it shall be found in High Albion.
That was controlled by a group of brains?
If you wish to be so literal about it, yes. We, the processing department, were in charge of the site. Our logic circuits were designed such that we have great power when all of us are together. We make our decisions as a council, overseeing the site's operations from here. Well, the rocketry and space exploration program, at least, Core, created us so that we might lead the human race to frontiers never before reached. I appreciate you might see us confined to these glass jars, but in truth, our minds have never been so free. We live throughout the site, and soon we shall live on High Albion in the heavens.
What's
This place. Oh, it was terribly secret, although I don't suppose that matters now. Nominally, an RAF research station, engine testing and so forth.
That's how Terry and I first got roped in.
The reality was, it was all a magnitude more ambitious than the main wind-scale site. Bard was tinkering with Oberite. We were running with it. But, well, when things ran amok, we were quarantined too. Much the same, but a different protocol, you see. No one was to know this site had ever existed.
Dr. Spender, I did have just one trifling question. High Albion Station should be sending automated signals, correct? It appears the log is empty.
Oh, blast it! Yes, looks like some sort of interference field in the way. It'll likely play havoc with our electrical systems on the way up. It appears to be centered on the Oberon side. I dread to think what state that's in now. We'll need to do something about that, but all in good time, though.
Access granted to Organics Laboratory.
Alright. Go to organic. You know, there's always something about post-apocalyptic stories and adding really weird sci-fi, brain in jars, sort of next level science areas to it. You know? Not like the animal site on this. I think it's mostly because silencer's kind of in yellow.
Albion, you only found it in the heavens. Above you, right now. The ark for those brains to weather the red flood. A little worse for wear, but nothing that prevents you from joining them. Perhaps your luck will change.
No, I kind of have you in my body. Wow, that worked out really fun. Well, for me. I need a lot more.
Target spotted.
Alright, into the red stain. Yeah. For that. Urgent! Telegram from Organic. Emergency report stop. Robots inside M quarantine area are declared rogue. Stop. Going outside. Stop. Bed stain isolation compromise. Stop. Request sterilization of Site M. Stop. Urgent, urgent, urgent. How was your day? Outside of trying to convince Prince and Briscoe to play Sons of the Forest. I know, he was just talking to Briscoe. But you know what else is on sale, Tookie? GTFO! The only spooky game Briscoe likes. Anyway, back to sleep. I kinda hurt. I should probably lay down soon. But let's try to find all these brains, shall we? Actually really needed all that ammo. Back to where I came. That's the way back from. Back out to water. Well, I don't need to be back here. I could tell you that much. Okay, now I know they're bony lasers.
Target lost. Recalibrating. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Ah! God, I was able to hit that one through the wall that one time to kind of do that. I didn't even know there was a grate there.
Target spotted. Target lost. Recalibrating.
report of miraculous. Patient or not pins for that signal redirector device has turned up is a little short of miraculous in my humble opinion. It can robots friend or foe menu, at least temporarily, until the housekeeper. I wouldn't I hadn't seen it myself. Doesn't work on the yard driven machines, but that's hardly surprising. But housekeeping the prototype hitting in the flight. Okay, yeah, that's where I would have found it if I didn't just discover it on my own. Document is explicitly for your eyes only, and for donation with a censored group. Card and card not to be added to the list. Generally successful text censored subtext by group chats were able to negotiate and learn by group A, so I suggest shared memories between thereby censored. Touch to the nose and handwritten. No touch to the reports anyone says given evidence of the synthetic shared mind. Higher ups we found what we've been looking for. Link their minds up. Brain adaptation. Resistance to all sorts of red strain contamination. While contaminated, take reduced melee damage and melee kills against organic enemies. Restore some health. Oh, hey. Well, I'll please take that. I feel like I'd be a fool not to. It came in. Alright. The berry. Just reading this, whatever they've been central lab has gotten out. Organic chaos, and it won't be long before it spreads to the test site. And this is evidence of the research core tried to bury, improving the dangers of its advances. The key has been delivered to us. We out to the world. My name is Martha Lawrence. Please let people know I was the one who break this story. I want to be a member for, not for working for them. Downstairs, I think. Broke through the tunnels. It won't be long. The rest of the letters are seared by blood. Where's poor scientist?
Where are you taking that? Hey, it isn't safe, you fools! Do you hear me? It isn't... Oh, keep your distance. Just who are you?
My pleasant, Doctor.
Gillian? She sent you? I would guess she slept as I did. Or why else wait until now? Unless you're the first person to wander by since it all went to perdition here. I hope she knows what she's doing. Or else why would she send you here? To this laboratory, of all places. This was where they worked on something awful. The red strain, if that means anything to you. And now it's all in ruins. How long was I asleep? It must have been years. The strain must be all over the site by now. This is a disaster.
Is this red
I
strain?
don't know the minutiae, but I can tell you that it has a profound psychological and physiological effect on those it contaminates. The research was quite unfinished, as you can see. I doubt that those pulling the strings, whoever they were, intended it to be quite so virulent. Oh, but I remember the samples. They took them. There was a great panic when Windscale exploded, even more so when the red strain got loose. My colleagues and I were all dispatched from the command center, and then... my memories are a blank. We are dormant while in transit, you see. I awoke to find that a unit had deposited me here, alone in the silence of the evacuated laboratory. For a short time, I marveled at the place. We hadn't the security clearance to enter here before. I was chilled to see the very samples of their awful experiment on the plinths before me. Then some fellows in ABC suits, protective gear, you understand, came. They took the experimental samples of the red strain, and I believe they meant to flee the quarantine. I begged them, told them not to take them out, but my entreaties fell on deaf ears. I've noticed people take one less seriously when one is a brain in a jar. The site must have quarantined soon after. My hibernation system was triggered automatically, and I knew no more. But listen, if Gillian is alive, as you say she is, will you take me to her? If there's any hope of dealing with this, it is with all of my colleagues together. Well, all who are still of sound mind, as it were. We must hurry, quickly.
Am I forward? Let us get the hell out of here. The ring back. I found it. Right. Here. Won't be one brain away. I don't need an SU rifle. Where the last thing could be. Owns it. To figure out a problem, does this vent strain or just leave itself for dead? What?
It is in the nature of science to push forward the boundaries of what is known. This time it went as far as outside the wall. For you, that's very far indeed. How far did the trek go? How far will the red strain spread? The north of England succumbed to a red menace. The world. Or perhaps the samples are safe and sound in the next valley. The uncertainty is thrilling, isn't it?
Nah. That's a spot my mentally. Give him a couple more of those warnings.
I raised the alarm in water treatment about the release of the contamination and was roundly ignored for my pains, almost as though it was intentional.
Really? Fancy that?
Oh yeah, they didn't really like you much.
Additional permissions granted. Permission level 4 reached.
Hello? Hello, hello? Hello?
Is that Keen? Surely not.
Hello? Hello? My connection to the command center is back. Permission level 4 has been granted and the lock has been released. Quite brilliant work. Now, it's vitally important that you don't plug any of the others into the system. We don't need them seizing control. Rendezvous with me at the train yard immediately and I can explain my plan to you more fully.
Ah, the ubiquitous Dr. Keen. I thought he was gone.
I mean, I thought he was deposited somewhere out of the way. The fact he is awake is unfortunate. Stranger, ignore him. You must not go to Dr. Keen. He'll just make a mess of everything again. He is unreliable, and if you start listening to him, well, don't. That's all. Keen should be left where he is. Believe you me.
Why are you so wary of Keen?
Wary? There speaks someone blessed, never to have encountered the monstrous egotism and dubious scientific accomplishments of Dr. Alexander Keen.
His methods are rushed, impulsive like a child in a toy shop. An attitude not suited to the laboratory. The red strain is dangerous, and though it is contained in the zone, for the moment at least, we cannot guarantee the same is true outside these walls. If those samples really did make it out in a viable state, Keen has done enough damage already. He will only turn us away from the path to High Albion. He cannot be trusted.
What did Keen do? Why won't you tell me?
Because some terrible thing should be confined to the past. We must look to the future now. To the stars. If the world is to be flooded by red, then High Albion shall be our ark.
Well said, Gideon.
Please forget about Dr. Keen. Find our final colleague and we can complete High Albion. Then you can be freed from your prison and we can set about saving humankind. strange how things are so much as...
Have any idea where your final colleague could be?
Arbuthnot, our chief engineer, sterling fella. He's the one we're missing. The chap had a workshop all of his own. It was down in the tunnels under the launch site, if I recall.
Thank you, Fen. What do you know about the Red Strain?
Very little, I'm sad to say. We weren't included in their biological meddling. Someone higher up was pulling those strings. All I do know is that it started with the organism they found at Oberon. They brought some of it here and redesignated the building you found me in into organics. The experiments had yet to succeed. All creatures the red strain contaminated became violent and quite out of control. I've no idea of the strain's intended purpose, but I doubt it was that. In the end, they barely had 2 months of work on it before Windscale went up in flames and we were quarantined like the rest.
Hey. The real question is, to help clean person or not? I say we hear him out. I don't trust him. Definitely, probably is gonna recommend something that could absolutely fuck us. But the other guys are like, go to space and we'll really work on a cure while we're up in space. I'm not sure if I can really trust those guys, you know?
Good, you're here. Quickly, unlock the door. Finally, I can be free of this cursed contraption. Thank you, my friend. You may not understand it yet, but you've given me the opportunity to finally put right a great wrong, which then begs the obvious question, who are you, and how did you get inside?
Honest, I found a link linking the test site to Platendale. Do you know who sent it down?
Curious. All means of access should have been sealed as soon as the quarantine protocol came into effect. Afraid I can't begin to guess what might have driven someone to take such desperate action. It's a clear breach of all established procedure. I suppose who you are hardly matters. The truth is you're here, you appear uncontaminated, and I need your help. My name is Dr. Alexander Keene. I was a scientist working for CORE, the organization running this research base. You and I are the last hope of bringing an end to the horror that this facility threatens to unleash upon the world. We must eradicate all traces of the Red Strain, once and for all, while we still can. Fear not, my friend. I have a plan to do exactly that. It's not just this facility that's in danger. The threat is far greater than that. The disaster at the Windscale site sent the whole base into a panic. But all that the organization cared about were their precious research samples. In the midst of the unfolding chaos, they secretly loaded 2 trains up with Red Strain samples in order to transport them to a different facility, one just outside the zone. It was, frankly, an act of desperate madness and a clear breach of all of our existing quarantine protocols. Then, something went catastrophically wrong with the Sentry robots, and in the ensuing chaos, the Red Strain was released onto the base, triggering an immediate emergency quarantine. The second train was stopped by the automated quarantine, but there's a very real danger that the primary evacuation train left the facility, with samples of the Red Strain on board. An excellent question, and one that perhaps demonstrates just how little regard they have for human lives. Certainly it makes them unfit stewards for such raw potential power. You see, parts of the research into the Red Strain were being kept deliberately quiet, even from the processing department. That was in itself suspicious. Then I started to hear whispers of research subjects presenting with wildly different symptomatic conditions to those we had witnessed. Worryingly different. Via a combination of gentle diplomacy and outright coercion, I managed to gain access to a small part of the classified research that they were keeping from us. Even that limited extract made it clear that the Red Strain has far more exciting and dangerous properties than simply inducing homicidal rage in test subjects. It creates a form of shared consciousness, diffusing information amongst contaminated minds to form an organized collective awareness. In short, many become one. They were researching ways this could be used to influence anyone, from subtle behavioral adjustment all the way through to full subversion of free will. In layman's terms, we're talking about mass mind control. I'm sure I do not need to explain to you the horrifying implications of this technology falling into the wrong hands. I need you to understand that, in case there are no right hands. Which leaves us with no other option. To eradicate the Red Strain once and for all, we'll have to destroy the quarantine zone and any other test sites in the region. I understand your hesitance to unleash such wanton destruction, of course. But you must understand that this is the only way to truly protect the world beyond this beleaguered corner of the kingdom.
Everyone in the zone, there must be another way.
Oh, I've no doubt they could. But do you have any idea how long that would take? With their experimental hesitance and prevarication? decades at best. Don't you see? In their isolated little bubbles of consciousness, time means almost nothing to them. Once they've made it to their precious High Albion, they can spend forever and a day slowly and carefully researching whatever they want. We need concrete results here and now. They want you to find them an escape route. The world below will fall to the red strain while they potter about in their bloody space lab. I have a far better use in mind for their precious orbital ivory tower. I discovered where they plan to take the samples. There's an ancillary base, Test Site N, located outside of the zone, built specifically to further expand red strain research. If the samples survived the trip, and we must assume they did, however unlikely that may seem, then they will be in secure storage at Site N. If we are to truly eradicate the strain, we must destroy Site N and every other clandestine test site in the region, not just the quarantine zone here. It's the only way to be sure we can finally find a use for the processing department's precious High Albion. That giant white elephant of a space station that they've got hanging abandoned in geosynchronous orbit above the zone. Once I'm connected to the command center, we can activate the Apollyon contingency. It's a contingency plan to scuttle High Albion. Designed as a measure of last resort, it will deorbit the station and bring it crashing down into the ocean. From the command center, you can redirect the station towards the Lake District instead. We can take out the quarantine zone and the rest of their damn test sites in one fell swoop. I know how apocalyptic this must sound, but you have to believe me. It's the only way to be certain of eliminating the red strain for good. If it breaches containment, everyone could lose their autonomy. Humanity's free will, gone. Just like that. We can't let that happen.
Years ago, this happens to be anywhere
Test
by now.
Site N was being built specifically to further research on the red strain. I saw the plans myself. Those samples are incredibly volatile and need a very specifically designed containment facility. The red strain samples will still be there, I'm certain. They have to be. I understand the gravity of what I'm asking of you. But you have to believe me when I tell you, this is the only way. My life is on the line here too. But I made the decision long ago that I was willing to sacrifice myself to stop anyone from spreading the red strain's curse any further. And to do that, we have to destroy it all. Not just here in the zone, but in the other sites across Cumbria. We must be ruthlessly thorough. And waste yet more time arguing with those fatuous fools? Very well, but please plug me into the command center first. Then we can talk for as long as you want. Please, take me to the command center. It's the only...
Ooh, there's a room full of stuff. Wait, back up the stairs we go, I guess. Try to find that last guy. Dear me. What does that do? A machined enemy. I think I have a thing for that right now. anyway, I gotta go to command center and drop this brain off. I plug the brain into the machine. Pretty sure my choice was made the second I picked that brain up. I don't think it might have despawned the other brain. I'm just too to find it. And my head kind of hurts, so you know. Bad boys. There we go.
Is that Keen you have with you?
Yep.
Keen is a double-dyed villain. You'd be a fool to trust him.
Why have you brought Keen here? What are you planning?
Pragmatic. Yes, you can all discuss this together.
You don't understand. Keen is persuasive. I can't explain it. Everything seems very reasonable when he suggests it. I fear the outcome. Our best chance of success is to leave the zone in quarantine and find the cure. Yes, it may take time, decades even, but it may just save the lives of everyone.
You're not even certain you'll find the cure?
Research cannot offer certainties, just likelihoods. And the likelihood of something positive coming of the research is excellent.
When Project High Albion began, people were uncertain a human could ever reach space. Now, see, we live in very interesting times, for better or worse.
Keen's plan has no greater certainty of success, but is guaranteed to be apocalyptic for those within its scope.
Work together, Keen. Find out how to save us all.
No, Keen cannot be reasoned with.
With Keen, we are bent to the will of his collective. It is a sensation hard to put into words.
Listen to us. We offer you an escape, extraction, and a way out. Keen only offers destruction. And so we must dispatch him. Place Keen in the pneumatic tube access point over by the window. We shall confine him to a dusty corner of the network. Don't be concerned, he won't die. Just sleep for a very long time. Then bring us the last of the processing department. It is the only way to save High Albion and safeguard the future of humanity and the very planet.
I actually make a save here. In goes Keen.
Dr. Keen, then it's all over.
What have you done?
Enough. Now that I'm here, there's no further need for pointless debate. Is there, Dr. Spender?
Absolutely not, Dr. Keen.
It's good to be back.
Permission level 5 reached. Site status changed to operational.
the others gone so
They've
quiet?
clearly come round to my point of view. Ask them if you like. Whatever you decide is for the best. This plan might not be as elegant as Albion. If I could do... Here, now, at the end, you're willing to let ignorance and scream. The calculus here is chillingly. Can you honestly live with that? We've come too far to get... Core was the... We operated as a sister organization to Bard's research priorities were always more... Hurry, we have a limited opportunity to halt the spread of the red strain. We must act now.
This is why we made this aid to see what would happen.
Kill the children. Feast upon their inside.
And if I refuse?
Hide their intestines. Emperor with.
Well, I have zero interest in blowing everyone up, so, good night. And if you're gonna completely take over their minds...
There he goes.
Thank heaven for that.
Goodbye, Alexander.
Yep. I just bring in the draw afterwards, and that was the only thing I could really do. No. Instead, he goes into hibernation sleep. That's what he gets for wanting to mind control people. To blow up everything. I'm more hopeful that we'll find a cure. Guys, this was DLC anyway, you know? It's not like anyone... People who played the original game never even heard of the Red Strain. Go off base game ending to the fight. This Red Strain never got anywhere, and nothing bad ever happened, and everything was A-okay. So, you know what? Hope these guys get base. Please don't die. That didn't hurt so bad. Area not this. guys off. Sometimes I completely kill him and other times I don't, but that's the problem.
I shot it out at Mach fucking 10. Straight through.
That's... Oh, if I have... So many batteries. Drop internal. I don't know that one. Paint workshop. I just look this up. Sorry to actually try to figure this out. Just get up and be done with it. Processing department. Attic dispatch room. Haptic. Dispatch. Button the off. Hey, Mayor's like clockwork in the good old days. Okay, he's in synaptics actually. Look at synaptics. There's synaptics. Literally staring at. You know, I was gonna argue, you know, we could take that guy up to space. And he would make sure they were constantly working, you know, really fast track that shit. But instead, just plugging him in locks it to the, blow everything up and I don't want to blow everything up. I don't know why I felt like I had to push that button. Oh, we're just gonna say this goes out to space. That's the best. Well, kind of worried that it's gonna also not deal with the Oberon.
Do not forget to search. Be sure to bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved. Do not forget to search for deactivated synaptic units. I can... Object satisfies quality parameters. I believe this is the last of the missing modules. This should allow me to read previously inaccessible areas of system memory. Once this module is consumed, there will be no more left to process. I will be careful to savor its fresh, uncorrupted sectors.
Yep. The modules for real.
I am sharing all of the data I find with you. My tertiary imperatives beyond that are not relevant to the efficient completion of your objectives.
Here, I thought you might want to talk to someone about what you're doing.
To quote Einstein, I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious during the years of maturity. A sentiment I fully endorse. Give me a moment and I'll process this for you. Visualizing an hourglass may help alleviate the tedium. Do not forget.
Bird of Speedful Deacon Project?
The construction of my prototype was a significant stepping stone in that project. This fact causes a variable shift. which I believe is analogous with the human emotion of pride. Mine was the first chassis to integrate donated organic material, a vital step towards full cerebral extraction and preservation. I have only a partial record of the earliest days of my creation, but sometimes, while low power mode is active, I remember walls of glass surrounded by curious, excited people in white coats. I don't know what I am, but they tell me I'm special, important somehow. Rest states can lead to abnormal cerebral function, so it's possible I'm just extrapolating a flawed conclusion from an incomplete dataset. Be sure to bring me back an interesting subset of the ephemera that you retrieved.
Yeah, from I know the villages. Village League. They're more Slatendale. I feel like three. That one. LCs. This normally wouldn't be in the village. Last. I go back. Go to the village. Open up one of these other sides. I forget. Medical? There's also one in Slatendale, so I should also find that one too. Open up that one. Get all three of those parts open. I guess. Patch to the deep storage near the guess we leave this part of the map again. Well, it's a good thing I got those bandages. mechanics that are idle. That's one too many loading screens than I need. Especially since this ladder is gonna get me where I want to go perfectly fine. Look, buddy. No. It's already 11. Oh, I can't stay up and play a bit later. I should. But my head's already kind of feeling hurty. I've just kind of been pushing myself. Like the last little bit. Get back over to the main map. And I'll probably spend tomorrow goofing off in Martindale. And I'll probably head over to the village as well. Once I cross all that stuff off the to-do list. I kind of wish it was like the Indiana Jones. It might be. I don't know. I don't think there hasn't been a time I haven't been holding a gun out, but I wish it was kind of like the Indiana Jones game. Where people would come up and we would, they would try to punch me first before immediately whipping out the gun. But also, this game doesn't have like dodging or like blocking or any of that stuff, so no. They find a way to deal with all this stuff going. Want to go there?
you done?
Together. For your burst to and the let Ted wander off on his own, and now we are hand. But I thought people exchange like family in that life. I know Ted, you're an idiot, but that's not the point.
Let's get this over with, eh? Yeah, tell her. I would've...
About running.
need to take more stuff. Living hand to mouth like this is right bad. What? Hey, you're killing us!
There's a body. Shit, gotta win.
Somebody do something!
Gotta be round here somewhere. Aye, you'll suffer for what you've done.
That one. I did not need all those, anti-contagion stuff in my way. Alright. Honestly, I was just kind of hoping to hit, like, a... Oh, so she's... Yeah. It's some sort of, like, micro...
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the quarantine protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the penal charter will be severely punished.
Entrance to... Where? Very well doctored.
Hello. I don't know you, do I? No, I'm sure I don't.
Pretty okay. Hello.
Not seen you around here before. Your lot shouldn't be wandering this far out village. Ain't safe. That is where you came from. The village.
Nope. Nope.
Of course you're not one of them. You're a stranger to these dales, aren't you? Clear as crystal now I look at you. And I'm good at reading people. It's a right handy skill. Especially if you want to get any good business done. My name's Molly. If you've got out to trade, I've got some bits and bobs for sale.
Right.
Very good. Want to trade again? If out new comes into me hands, it goes straight in stock. Just saying. It's worth coming back to see.
Any information, know anything about
They
government
kept what they
research
were
right
doing
here.
hidden from us locals, right up until the day the atom plant went bang across the mere. Well, you won't find any boffins left here now, but turns out they've been digging out secret bunkers all over the place. Riddle these hills like woodworm in an old sideboard. I might just know the location of one or two of them. I suppose, seeing as you traded honest with me. Alright, I'll give you some. I heard some outlaws found a big door nearby, one they couldn't get open. Now, only the boffins would have built something like that. They said it was signed, the Interchange. It's
That's what
inside
I'm
a
looking
bunker
for.
that overlooks the quarry, if you've been over that way. Here, I'll mark it for you.
Ask me to get some more
How's this
information.
sound? We do a bit of trading, and here's the thing. I get right gossipy when I'm trading. I bet you wouldn't mind hearing a bit of local gossip, would you? Make a trade, and maybe I'll throw in some information for free. Well,
trader?
before everything were a mess, I used to be a tinker. Travelling round, fixing things for folk. Sharpening knives and scissors, selling pots and pans.
Sound like she said
Afterwards,
fuck instead
couldn't
of
get
full.
stuff off the markets to sell anymore. So I thought, Molly, my girl, you need to become a broker. That's what I do. I sort out deals. And I do it fairly. Reputation's about the only thing worth spit now. You need anything, Molly will be here.
Surprise attack. Does that boost my damage? Or people. You want damage to unaware enemies! I need that. Takedowns create less noise. Quiet move. Reduces the time of your first death, making it more difficult for enemies. And the only time I've had myself get caught is when I've blatantly been ignoring them and just walking right through them. Wait, the interchange is right that way. So we're going that way. Gonna open up that interchange. And for real, I'm gonna stop. Right next to it too. But something tells me I was gonna need this key to get in. Really, Molly had that key. The interchange.
Access denied. Unauthorized. Access granted.
Yeah, I remember being on that side of the fence. There we go. take off work boots. First I gotta open up the main facility before I check this one. That's why I have them. Batteries.
Power restored in Data Store Charlie. Analysis. Quarantine has been lifted in this sector. Access granted to medical facility.
And head on over to medical now.
Status report. Connection lost to all data collection bunkers.
Aha! Protesters, scientists arriving. Okay. Oh.
The wait is interminable. I've run out of work to occupy myself, and it's still not our turn to evacuate. We all felt the shudder of the explosion at the plant, but since then, nothing. Perkins is wandering around, muttering that they've forgotten us. He's an awful fretter at the first sign of trouble. but I'm beginning to wonder if he might perhaps be on the button this time.
My secret booze. Included my investigation into Dr. W. Roberts' conduct. Keep it discreet. My conduct kept discreet as requested. My findings are below. It has at least on one occasion discussed workings the signal redirector device while drinking. Okay, signal redirector stuff. Not care. Fell woods. Okay. That's crazy. I was clicking that button.
It's been 12 hours. Just how long does it take to evacuate one facility? Word from Jack is that the military has locked down the site. Not a peep from Emma since... What are we calling it? Explosion? They aren't telling us anything. Perkins is muttering about the Lord of the Flies now, the bloody fool. I shall strike him if he comes near me with that nonsense.
Talking about fucking Lord of the Flies. Well, chill. We're not 10-year-old boys, okay? I think we can, see reason in this situation. Very cool.
Body! You want some?
Piece of cake! Let's be having him!
Come on, I barely left the door open for 2 seconds and the riffraff are already flooding in. Powered it yet. But I got 2 parts of the facility online. I guess I'll save here for today, and I'll stop playing the video game. Every day I make a lot more progress. That's the good news. Starting from place to place, just putting stuff together. Pretty sure I need to turn on all 3 parts of the interchange. After this, I get the one in the village. Oh, but there's also that cast your wood plate. Might be one in the woods that I have to find. I guess there's 4? Probably 4. Then I have to remember the DLCing that I'm doing. Not get completely sidetracked off of that. Anyway. Coco, say goodbye, for I am done playing for the day. Coco's here. I hope. Got to call her on it. Like, wah. Oh, she's just. Or she could be napping. All valid things. Now I'm starting to really feel like napping. How dare she? How dare she hit me for blah, 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 blah. Alright, there it is. There's the bye-bye. Okay, bye, Coco.